What's good, Kenganda? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode. And today I want to talk about do single women have a place on the continent of Africa, especially Uganda? Okay, and I'm attacking this subject. I'm treading lightly. I'm just giving what I'm seeing in the business of living here. But I do have women that will ask about living in Kampala or living in Africa in general. And most guys look at the dating videos, but there's not a lot for, let's say diaspora women here. And I will say that, black women typically have an easier time repadding to Africa than men do, in my experience. If you look on YouTube, you see more women that have channels, more women that are that feel more comfortable in Africa. And I believe that women just have more of a spiritual connection to the continent than some of the brothers do. For a man, Africa can be very, very challenging, because you have to get out and start earning. You have to, do certain things. Women will have it a little bit easier and not as tough to manage as a man would. So that's an advantage. Women definitely have more of a spiritual connection on the continent of Africa that keeps them more at home, in my opinion. But that being said, it's Africa for you, is the continent for you, is Uganda for you. I think that the opportunities are very, very great for sisters. I mean, especially if you like, the natural hair markets, you like, shea butter stuff, cocoa butter, anything to do with, with food, anything to do with health. If you're somebody in those sectors, you're a social media person, that can do. If you also have, personal skill sets that come from the collegiate ranks and things like that, that will also do. But I do want to talk to you about some of the things that may be difficult for a sister, and that could be not having access to some of the goods and services that you're used to. That might be a problem. Also, what might also be a problem is the lack of the support system. I think men would be able to handle that a little bit better, being alone on the continent. And the next thing is the viable mates that you would be able to get. Now, let's just be honest. A lot of sisters in the States have some sort of standards for a lot of brothers, okay? And sisters don't want no brothers being broke. Sisters don't want no brothers being dusty. And then when you come to Africa, you're gonna see definitely some brothers out there that you like physically, I'm pretty sure. But it depends on what country that you go to that you want to be able to have a chance to partner with somebody. Now, I've been watching African Superstar for over the last year and a half. African Superstar wants to go to Ghana, all right? And so, Ghana, the good thing about Ghana is Ghana has a pretty good sized diaspora in the States. Ghana has a pretty large amount of successful, men in on the continent. And it's a good country. If you go to South Africa, you have probably a better chance to partner. If you go to Uganda, it's a little bit better. But I've heard people talk about Gambia, Sierra Leone, Liberia. Those countries are a little smaller. And if you're looking at possibly getting with a man in those countries, depending on whether you're looking to accept some of the economic instabilities that may come there, that may be something else. So you have to understand that it could be that you're dealing with a brother that doesn't have the amount of money, and you might be the person that has more money than him in the relationship. I checked out Art Kathy's channel. She says the same exact thing. I definitely agree with that. So that's something that a sister would really have to ponder. Do you get a mate in America and then come to the continent? Are you already connected to somebody in the continent? Because if you come to Africa, and you're looking to maybe meet somebody here. It depends on where your standards are at. Your standards need to be realistic, because you leave in America where there's a lot of people that have money and access, and you come into the continent where that number definitely is not as small. But the thing about it is that there's a lot of things that women can do on the continent. You can start NGOs, you can get with the local community, you can educate people, you can become educated, you can become more culturally driven. And the opportunities as far as doing things in business are there. Now, don't get me wrong, women are just like in America, you do need to connect to the local community like anybody else. And the reason why is because people take advantage of foreigners. That can definitely happen to women, right? Because people will feel like you will have no protection or anything like that. So it's very vital for women to be involved in, if there's a diaspora market there, to be involved in all diasporan organizations. So, for example, there's not one in Uganda. Maybe me and Kingo Batuna might start one. But if there is a diasporan organization, wherever you're at, you want to be a part of that, because you want to connect to other women in your ilk. And that's why I would probably suggest, if you're a woman, maybe you might choose Ghana over Tanzania, or maybe you might choose, it just depends on you. But you want to be able to know that, are there people that I can connect to in the area, right? Because we all need help when we come to Africa. I would suspect that women would need a little bit more help. You're gonna need, to trust people with some of your things, where you live. You're living alone. Now, as far as you living alone and being harassed by men, I will say this: men do harass. I have seen men harass women in Uganda. When you walk by or something like that. The thing about it is I can't speak Luganda, but I've been even walking with people before, and a local guy would say something, and you would see the girl's face just change. And it might be like a block or two or three or four down a block that she would tell me what the guy said. Now, if he would have said it in English, I probably would have punched him. You know what I mean? But that's what happens. People will say things depending on what you wear. Some of it could be, pejorative. Usually it's not in English though, so you probably wouldn't know. But that's something that happens here. Also, women and phones. Phones can get snatched real quick. People can steal your phones. All right. Purses. Okay. That happens. So women really want to stay in safe environments. Men can like somebody like Kingo Batunda, he's like 6'3". Even Kingo Batunda got his phone stolen before, but a guy like Kingo Batunda, it's he can stay in a rougher area. You cannot. Okay. So you also want to watch what time of the night that you come in and leave out. Depending on the area. As a woman, if you live by yourself, you don't want to be, going here and there. And then also when you leave and go home, you don't want to take unidentified taxis or bodas. You want to take an Uber that you can trace the license plate. You don't want to take any unidentified trips because, people can drive you into an alley. You can get, just like in America, right? You can be hurt. So you want to really be a little bit more cautious of your surroundings. You want to, if you go to church, you want to be involved in the church community. If you can do that, that will help you. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you want to be involved in a mosque community, that will certainly help you. If you want to really start to develop an online community before you go to places, that will also help you. Women need to get as much support as they can before coming to the continent. If you're a woman interested in Uganda, I will definitely help you. I will definitely tell you what I think you should do. Don't worry, if you send me an email, I won't charge you or anything like that. If I can respond to it in that time, I will. So, but I do think that single women You know, depending on if they want to be married, if it's a African man, you know, you're gonna need to also the more that you're doing things and the more that you're out, the better chance you're gonna meet somebody. So if you're hanging out in the co-working spaces and some of the better places, you know, I think that a lot of American women get a lot of props here. I think American women get our diaspora women get more props and more love than even the men, in my opinion. So, you know, if you're a lady that's you know, might be a little older, you know, you want to definitely make sure that you don't get taken advantage of, because that can happen. Guys can target you because of your money and your citizenship. That's another thing that you need to do. You know, you need to see if a person is you know, dating you just for money. That's another thing that you have to be cautious of, because that can happen. That does happen. You know, there's sisters that get taken advantage of by, you know, dudes on the continent, end up buying them stuff and getting them a citizenship, and, you know, then getting divorced, right? And then you getting sued. So, you know, you want to be on your P's and Q's. You know, make sure that you can, you know, date people that are like-minded, you know, if you want to do that. And so these are just a few things I think women have you know, a really good shot. Also, you want to make sure that the way that you dress doesn't offend people in the local communities, you know. But that's just all I have to say for this one. So guys, subscribe, hit the bell. It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Kenganda. Peace out, family, and always remember, keep it real. Kenganda forever. I'm out.